Azerbaijan Airlines has almost literally been caught in the crossfires here with one of its planes shot down. Vladimir Putin has all but apologised while not accepting responsibility, it seems. What do we understand of these air defence systems? Would they have been fired by humans or are they automated in these cases?
Yeah, look, thanks for having me on, Greg, and it has been a pretty significant year internationally. Looking at the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, of course, we've seen the sad loss of life of the Azerbaijan aircraft. Look, these anti-air systems, look, it looks like there's been some sort of jammer used. We know that there's been a significant development in electronic warfare during the conflict between Russia and Ukraine in trying to jam drones. Now, Russia had reported they were having a drone strike against them during that period. So it is expected that they were using electronic warfare, and the aircraft looks like it has been jammed. The second element of the system is actually the interceptor, or the missile that's used to take out a drone or an aircraft. And that's something that is fired at the aircraft, exploded in the vicinity of, and shrapnel generally wrecks the aircraft. We've seen footage of that from the aircraft that has crashed in Kazakhstan. So it does seem consistent with a Russian anti-aircraft system having taken it down. Now, these are generally not automated. They are manually engaged. So certainly, if it has been taken down by a Russian anti-aircraft system, which looks consistent, then this was a decision of somebody to press a button.
It certainly raises questions about how many commercial airlines still flying through Russian airspace or approaching Russia would continue to do so. Can I ask you also, on the Russia-Ukraine war, Jen Parker, North Korean troops, they're very much in the battle now, not so much alongside Russian troops, sometimes ahead of them, and they're experiencing very high casualty rates. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, look, there are reports. So certainly South Korea's intelligence agencies have come out and said that around 1,000 or so North Korean troops have been killed or wounded. Ukraine's actually put that number at about 3,000. Some of the thinking behind it is that they're just not trained in modern warfare. And one of the things we've seen during the Russia-Ukraine conflict is this use of drones, which is something that the North Korean troops don't appear to be familiar with on how to combat them. And there are some clips online kind of indicating that. The second element is that there is some reporting that the Russians are not protecting the North Korean troops in the way that they would necessarily protect their own troops. So they're being left exposed to the fighting in a different way than Russian troops would be. And so either way, that is a significant loss when you think about the reporting from South Korea is that about 11 or 12,000 North Korean troops have deployed to Russia, predominantly in the Kursk region. Ukraine saying that about a quarter of those now have been killed or wounded. That is a huge attrition rate. And we are seeing some reporting that North Korea might be preparing to deploy some more troops to Russia.
Yeah, and I see that Volodymyr Zelensky is now making exhortations to Beijing to say, if you want to reduce the tension in this war, start talking to the North Koreans.